to morning stretch. You're welcome to do this class any time of the day, but I kind of think of it as just a really invigorating way to get those muscles moving and flowing and lengthening. But you're welcome to do this if you sit at desk all day or work hard all day, whatever it is, and you just need a really good stretch at the end of the day as well. So we're going to start in the seated position. My name is Michelle, for those of you that don't know who I am. And let's just go ahead and start by releasing. Now today we're going to focus on shoulders and hips. So we carry most of our stress in our shoulders and hips. So today I just want you to really relax your mind, relax your face, relax your palms and your feet, and allow that tension to just flow away from those heavy joints. Just bring your arms to your side, gently taking it ear to shoulder. We're just warming up. Now maybe you did a class with me just before, or you went for a walk, or whatever it is that you may have done, so maybe you're already warm. And you want to go into your stretches a little bit deeper. You go right ahead. And I'm just going to guide you. Take your time, just slowly transitioning from one movement to the other. Hold it over to one side. Now if you feel yourself kind of sinking, I really want you to think about your posture as you lengthen your spine, allow that blood flow all the way through your vertebrae, and then over to the other side. So when we talk about stretching our shoulders and hips, there's so many surrounding muscles that connect into those areas. So we're going to get into all of those, and then over to the side. So our neck clearly connects to our shoulders. Drop your opposite shoulder a little bit deeper. So maybe you even flex the heel of your palm and draw it towards the earth a little bit more. And feel from the ear to the shoulder. Now remember, as you do your stretches very slowly, we don't want to feel a pull. You just want to be able to sink into a little bit. Focus on your breathing slowly. And as we come out of our stretch, really slow, really concentrated. Everything with purpose. Try the opposite shoulder. Maybe you flex the heel of the palm, lengthening from the ear all the way to the tip of the shoulder. And again, if you start feeling yourself sink, lengthen that spine. Let's work on our posture, strengthening our core. Back to center, chin to chest. And very gently, just rock your chin back and forth, massaging through that thyroid. So stretching isn't just about lengthening the muscle, right? We want to open the joints, and we want to massage through our organs. We have little ones and big ones. Hold it center. Feel that stretch to the back of the neck, all the way down, maybe to the middle of your shoulder blades, maybe down further if you are really tight through your upper back. Inhale, send that energy all the way to the area that feels the tightest. Exhale, and relax that head. Head comes up, slow, deep breath, open those eyes. Reach those arms to the sky. Exhale, take your right arm, we're gonna bring it across the chest. Left hand comes onto that tricep. Now, notice the shoulder kind of come up, so we're gonna press our shoulder blade in and then push that arm into the chest. Feel free to look over your shoulder. So if your right arm is across your chest, you're looking over your right shoulder. And again, if you feel the shoulder lift up, press that shoulder blade into your rib cage. Sit tall. Slowly release. So feel that stretch to the back of the shoulder. Again, now we're going to switch to the left. Left arm comes across. Push your shoulder blade down and then look over your left. Now you don't have to look over, right? So if your neck doesn't allow you to rotate a lot, please modify as you need. And that goes for all of our stretches. Send that energy to the back of your shoulder, opening that shoulder blade, but pressing it down into your rib cage. Slowly release and shake it out. Bring those arms behind you. Roll your shoulders back. Open your chest. Now, you have a choice. You can have it round and stay on your back. Lift those shoulder blades down and press them in. Now, optional, lift your arms off your back. Imagine pushing your shoulder blades kind of down, but also forward, as if you're pressing your heart to the front. Now, if you want to look up, you can. If that bothers your neck, just look forward. You don't have to look up. Release and shake it out. Good. Now, we're going to give ourselves a little bear hug. So we're going to take our right arm, bring it underneath the left, and try to walk those arms as far across, like kind of like tippy the fingers all the way. Give yourself a super hug. Okay? Now with this super hug, here's where it's okay to round your back and then tuck your chin into your chest. So it looks like this from the side. round your back, draw your belly button in, and then tuck your chin in. Feel those shoulder blades completely separate away from your rib cage. Let your head hang heavy, relax your jaw. Feel that stretch go all the way to the tip of your neck. Slowly release the arms first. Bring it up, shake it out. Now, right arm was underneath if you were following along the same. If not, just you'll know when you do this. And now left arm, and I'm just gonna kind of squeeze, walk my fingers a little bit more, grab on, and exhale, round the back, and drop that head down. And you're gonna notice one side tighter than the other. Right now we're stretching through the back of the shoulders. We're gonna get to the front. We're gonna get through the bottom in those armpits. Relax the arms first. Round it up, roll your shoulders back. Nice deep breath. And you can sit however you're comfortable. Bring those arms behind you again. Roll your shoulders. Turn your elbows in so they're facing each other. And then optional, lift your arms off your back. Now we're going to look to our right. And just draw that shoulder blade back. And then slowly through the center. Look to your left, draw your shoulder blade back. Into the center. Shake it all out. Good. Let's go into a tabletop. So go ahead, take it to a tabletop onto our hands and knees. Take a breath. And we're going to warm up just a tiny bit, stretching through our wrists. So just shift back and forth. And again, as we talked about how shoulders have all these surrounding muscles, right? But we need to loosen up through our wrists. Everything is a cause for tight shoulders. Hold it center. And then you can flip your hands. Maybe they're not quite as flexible. Turn your elbows in towards your knees. And if you want, you can rock back and forth a little bit. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. If you feel yourself sinking, we're trying to work on the shoulders, right? So we don't want to create more tension. And then flip it to the side and work yourself back and forth. Excellent. All right, so we're going to keep our hips up and do a little puppy pose, really warming up and stretching through the spine and through the armpits here. So keeping your hips up on top of your knees, bring your arms up over your head and just rest your head. Now you choose how far you want to walk those fingertips forward and press your chest and armpits into the earth. Now maybe you lift your head up a little bit and then replace it back on. And as you exhale, I want you to sink that chest towards the earth and press your armpits down. If it's too deep, you can bend your elbows and press from here, or maybe bend your elbows and press from here. All right, so everybody's different. Now to come out of this, just shift your weight forward. Hands underneath the shoulders, back to your tabletop. Let's go to a cat-cow. Round the shoulders, open that back. Draw your belly button through your back. Exhale, drop your belly into your cow, pressing your chin and chest forward. One more time, cat-cow, round. And drop your belly. And neutral spine. So we're going to go back to that puppy pose, but now this time we're going to place our weight on our elbows. Place your palms together right here, and you can cross your fingers if you like, whatever feels good to you. And we're going to actually shift our weight back. Now you don't have to sit all the way back. It's about lengthening and pointing your elbows forward. So we're going to shift and put your hands behind your neck. Now notice that you're feeling this a little bit different, more in the middle of that armpit. And if you'd like, you can draw your elbows further to the front of your mat as you shift closer onto your triceps, so the back of the arm. And as I lengthen that arm over to the front of our mat, I feel a deeper stretch right in that teres major, which is right here in that armpit, right here in the middle. All right? Feels really good. Take a breath. Exhale, release. Go ahead, shift your weight forward. Use those hands to push yourself into a tabletop and shake it out. Maybe you shake out that spine, you rock back and forth. Take a breath. Good. Now we're going to bring those knees. Now if it bothers you to sit all the way back, all right, so we're starting to work through those hips a little bit too. If it bothers you to sit all the way back with your knees, you can open your knees or keep your hips up. And we're going to go ahead and just rest that head down. Take your arms behind you and place them on your lower back. Now, that's why I like my legs together, is it helps support my body. I don't feel like I'm just resting all my weight on my head, because a lot of my weight is supported with my legs. So you can grab as far as you'd like onto the elbows. My flexibility allows me to place my palms on top of each other and let your elbows kind of wrap around your side. Notice the stretch of the front of the shoulders and starting to work through our back and our hips. Take one more breath. Release the arms. Hands underneath the shoulders. Starting to work through the hips. Open your knees wide. Touch your toes. Sit back. Good. Now let's extend back. Now feel free to rock back and forth. Start opening up through the inner thighs, right? Through the hips here. Nice stretch. Hold it center. Press your weight towards your heels. And again, if it bothers your knees, you can always stay up and still get that stretch right through those hips. Now send your energy down to the hips. The shoulders should feel nice and open and released. Maybe you even feel less tension through your forehead, your eyes. So while we're here, we're going to go ahead and keep those knees wide and go into a little frog. So we're going to come down onto our belly, keep those knees wide, and weight is on the inner thigh. So maybe your feet are resting up. Now, if you feel this in your lower back, let's drop our belly down. This might be one of the hardest stretches to do. So as we open up, the weight is on the inner thighs. And again, depending on your flexibility, maybe your feet touch. Mine don't touch. And that's totally okay. You want to touch your feet together, you can. They're still not touching the ground. Feel those inner thighs, those hip flexors. Right through that pelvic area, opening up. And again, you shouldn't feel this through that lower back, so feel free to rest your head. And then take your legs so that they are in a frog position, right? So we're here. Maybe your feet touch, maybe they don't. Use those hands. We're going to go halfway, so just push yourself back. Right here. Now, you can always be on your elbows. Notice the stretch get a little deeper through those inner thighs. Keep your core nice and tight, so we don't want to arch our back. Everything is contracted. Then let your hips fall. This is probably one of the hardest stretches to do because we're so inflexible right through our inner thighs, our groin. Definitely a hard stretch to get to. And honestly, the easiest way to come out of this is to push yourself forward and then slowly rock back and forth. And while we're here, let's open through the hip flexors. Stay right here. Before we stretch arms at your side, give yourself a little rest. Kind of settle in. Feel that blood flow right through those hips. Feels really good. Now we're going to do a little quad stretch. So we're going to come on up. You can use your right hand to grab onto your right ankle. Maybe you need to hold onto your pants, okay, or if you have a towel. And we're going to square everything off. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Draw your shoulder blade back. So open the chest as well. Now if this isn't enough of a stretch, I want you to lift your heel up to the sky. Lift your knees slightly off the ground. Press your hip down towards the earth. Feel that stretch the front of your thigh up into that hip flexor. Squeeze your inner thighs. Slowly release. Slowly shake it out. And then switching sides. So again, if you need to, you can always grab your pants, right? Wherever you need to. If you're not wearing pants, you're wearing shorts. Hopefully you're wearing something. But you're in your own home, so who knows? Squeeze your inner thighs. Lift your knee up if you like. Draw your heel up to the sky. Open the shoulder blade. So you can always use a towel or a strap or something to grab onto that ankle. Slowly release and shake it out. Use those hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself back into your child's pose. Open those knees wide. Shift back and forth. Open up those hips and low back. Take a breath. Exhale. Inhale. All right, so we're going to swing our legs around, and I'm just going to flip the other way. You guys go wherever you need to. And we're going to slowly roll down onto our backs and hug the knees into the chest. So again, we're focusing on hips right now. We did a lot of shoulder for the first 10 minutes or so. And now we're really getting into those hips, so take a breath. Keep your right knee forward, left leg extends. You can have it all the way out or maybe slightly bent depending on your flexibility. Feel that stretch right through the front of that hip flexor. We just worked on that with that little quad stretch. Excellent. Let's bring that left leg straight up so our foot is grounded. We're going to take it into a figure four. We're bending that right knee. Push your right knee away from you. We're going to get into those hips, piriformis muscle, low back, and we're just drawing that knee away. Notice that stretch right through the front of that hip flexor. And then bring it up in your figure four. Now you can either hold on to your foot and push your knee away from you, or maybe you thread that needle and use your elbow to push your knee away from you. Feel that glute. Just relax your upper body. Allow your entire back to sink into your mat. Relax your face. Relax those shoulders. We just got rid of all that tension. Now we're going to slightly lean. Your right leg is in that figure four, so we're going to slightly lean to the right. To the left. Feel that stretch open a little deeper through that hip, and if you like, take both hands, place them on that shin. We're going to press that thigh right into our chest. Pull it back into the center. Drop the foot down. Extend your right leg straight out. Feel that stretch of the hip, and then left knee hugs in. So imagine drawing your heel as far away from that hip as you can, lengthening that leg, creating space between your leg and your hip. Bending the right leg, bottom of the foot touches, and then into your figure four. Hold it here first. Push that knee away from you. Feel that stretch right here. Should feel really good. Now just take slow, deep breaths. Send that energy right where you're feeling it the most. Bring it in. Then again, you can take your arm, thread the needle, and grab it. You could use your elbow to push that knee away, or maybe you just want to stay here and use your hands. Sometimes I feel like if I get my hand on that foot and my other hand on that knee or just that thigh and push my foot towards me and that knee away, I actually get a deeper stretch. So that's just me. I like to show you tips or give you tips that help. And then bringing it slightly to the right. Now if you'd like, take your hands right on that shin and then pressing that thigh into the chest, almost like it's angling towards the opposite shoulder. Feel that stretch right through the outside of that hip right here. So right in that hip bone going off this side, kind of the connection of that IT band. So if you guys have knee injuries or just tight hips, tight knees, this is a great stretch. Back to center. Inhale, release the foot. Extend both legs straight out, arms over the head. Big stretch. Big stretch. Almost there. Exhale, bring both knees back into the chest. Now we're going to have our knees super wide. I want you to think about those thighs resting on your rib cage. You can have your hands underneath your knees here. Draw your shoulder blades down towards the earth and your tailbone down towards the ground. So you're completely pancaking that spine and back. Bring those feet up into happy baby. Grab your ankles, grab your feet, wherever, inside, outside, you choose, open wide. Press those hips back down to the earth, your shoulders back down. And again, reminding yourself to relax your face. Slow your breath down. Last stretch. So we're going to cross our legs. So we're going to cross our legs at the thighs and bend your knees. Now everyone's going to be different, but if you bend your knees, you can grab onto your shins if you like. Or if you can grab onto your feet or maybe the outsides of your feet. We're going to do a little cross like this. Now, if you're not feeling a stretch, you're going to feel it through the front leg. I have my left leg closest to me, so I'm going to feel it more through the left here than the right. And I'm going to use my right leg to press my left leg into the hip and into the chest, feeling that stretch right through the outside. Now if you'd like, you can even bring those legs a little bit more and pull this leg in to get the other leg. Now if you feel your ankle twisted, straighten that ankle. Slowly unwind. If you want to bring your legs wide, you can go into the splits. My wall is in the way. So I'm just going to shake it out. And let's do the other side. So crisscross, last stretch right here. Crisscross at the thighs. You can grab onto those ankles, so the outsides of your feet, or maybe right at your shins, wherever works for you. And we're gonna take that top leg, pressing the bottom leg into the chest. Again, if you lift those knees and the feet a little bit higher, you'll get a deeper stretch. So we stretch the inside and the outside, the back, the front. It's important that we align the entire body. So we don't want to just stretch the front or the back, right? We want to make sure we're getting both or all. Slowly unwind. Feel free to open those legs. And I'm going to go ahead and open my legs this way. Just and stretch it out. Bring those legs back to center. Hug your knees into the chest. Exhale, extend those legs straight out. You should feel absolutely amazing. Feel free to wiggle, squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit. Lengthen that spine and rib cage. Inhale, go ahead and roll yourself over onto one side. Feel free to rest however you're comfortable. Right on that bicep of your bottom arm and using your top arm as an anchor. Just for a second here, kind of settling in that spine. Settling that breath. Feel that blood flow. If you ever have questions, specific areas you want to work, please feel free to message me. I'm here for you. Feel free to share these workouts with your friends and your family, as they probably need it just as much as you do. Maybe you'd be surprised, some of them might need it even more. And so give them the gift. Go ahead and use that hand to push yourself into a seated position. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to repeat the entire stretch class after if you'd like. And if you'd like to join me for some more full-length stretch classes, yoga, Pilates, bar, all the fun classes, please feel free to click the link in the description or in the bio. The light in me honors the light in you. Taking one cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale, letting anything go. Namaste. Hi. If you like this video, click the link below or in the pinned comments and we'll send you 2 members-only videos. One stretch class and one HIIT cardio yoga class that will make you feel strong, confident, and ready to take on the world. So just click that link, put your name, your email, and you'll get full access to both classes. Now, if you like our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, click that bell, comment, and like all our classes that you've been taking so we can keep giving you more. We look forward to seeing you in our next Sweat Fit Fam class. Have a great day.